Good morning from Vietnam. My name is Belle Kim from AdOne Publishing, and glad to meet you all in Hypercasual Game Conference. And I'm here today to share with you about some game startup challenges and our solutions to manage your business through the hard time. So before I start, I will spend a little time to talk about myself and AdOne. I work in programmatic ads for 5 years and start working in games for 4 years. I'm currently the business lead from AdOne Publishing. It's a joint venture founded by AdOne, a leading enterprise in programmatic ads and on-source studio. It's the second largest game studio in Southeast Asia region. Our market is to public game in global market, and we work with game developers from all over the world. As a trend, AdOne takes hyper-casual games as a focus, and our team is powered by experienced members who build the top chart games in the market for last 3 years. During the time we doing publishing, we have been collaborated with 100 game development teams, and we also have a studio of ourselves. We realized that there were made some successful teams in a short time, but most of them have to struggle with mountain of difficulties from the startup, usually faced with and some solutions to manage these challenges. Success is very important, but we will meet many more mistakes than the right decision. I would like to point out what are the most significant ones and how to tackle with them. So, firstly, some gaming team often start with an idea. It's the good ideas give us inspiration and make vision to head to next steps. But remember that above all, you are building a company, following your idea and passion. You need a plan to go for a long way. So the first common mistake in starting up a team is not having a clear plan which stays close with the market and the team. So what are the signs of not having a clear and concise plan to bring your games to the market? For the company structure, you may not have researched carefully about the market that you aim to and didn't imagine how to bring your games to the communities. Just going ahead without a plan is a very big mistake from the startup time. A go-to-market plan helps you to focus on product, but don't forget to stick what you are doing with the users. So how to make a plan that answers these questions? What are our targets? What are the games, the game genes, the sub-genes, or the user that we aim to? So have you defined the business model? Have you ever thought of the stream of your revenue and how to bring your games to the market and earn some profits? And the next question, do you know about the current market trends as well as your resource or your advantage? And finally, what we will need in the future, in the near or far future? I believe that by answering these questions, you will have a more detailed understanding for a go-to-market strategy, and it's much easier for you to and your team to create a plan based on this understanding. The second mistake I want to mention here is that many developer teams then spend months or even years specifying their product. Product is an important thing for sure, but it's only one piece of the giant puzzle to achieve market success. Many game developers usually dive into the product and polish it for months. But what happened? This early product may give bad results. The metrics like the CPI is too high, for example, the day one retention below 20, they definitely cannot meet any KPIs from any publisher. So remember that you are building a company, not a product. When you focus too heavily on the product itself, while your team haven't experienced and skill enough, you may drop to the point of disappointment. So, how can we correct this misconception? Firstly, let's choose a game engine that fits your potential and experience. Then quickly deploy with a plan and carry out many tests to define the main issues, and you can know the priority of what should be improved first. A hyper-casual prototype usually needs 5 to 7 days to complete. And at this stage, let's focus on the UI and UX. And don't forget to optimize store listing by save your time to see the potential of the game itself. And in the initial time when your team is small and generate no profit, let's consider some types of games that give margin profits to survive first. Then think about a longer way to make great game and complex game. The next challenge that many game developer teams share with us is that they are quite afraid of their partnerships. We understand that indie game developers are prone to life underground, lost with the world, and don't know how to start a partnership. That makes them have low opportunity to get valuable consultations from experts in the industry. And another sign for developers to stay away from partnerships is that some of them are proud of their own unique ideas and usually fear leaking them to external partners. So, will we develop without external support? I advise you shouldn't, especially when you haven't got enough experience in working games. Partnerships are very important in every business model. Let's be brave to go out and ask for valuable advice. Find some pioneers in the branch you are staying with. For sure, they have been through your time, and many of them are willing to share how to face up with the very first difficulty from startup time and how to overcome this difficulty. So, what partnership can do for you? Communication and the comparisons from this model to that model help you to look back to your company, and then you realize your strengths and weaknesses. No doubt, this is a way of good partnership helps you to refine your business model, and you also can learn a lot from experts in the industry. One more thing, which is fertilized by the making partnerships, is that you are shouting out to the market. Don't be worried that there are some teams out there may clone your ideas. Just in yourself, and you are the best one to understand and what you should do with your ideas. Communications with others in the same industry can help you to generate market awareness to reach to potential customer. And move to the next difficulty of a newbie team That is very, very common among these teams, that all games you make are failed without a reason. You come up with thousands of ideas, realizing them into games, but most of them give bad magic, or even all of them get quite a good results, which makes the spirit of the team go down and depression happens. This is quite a nightmare, and how can we wake up from this nightmare? Firstly, let's choose a game engine suitable with your team's ability. Secondly, learn and research carefully to a suitable ad model that fits with the game is very important in hyper-casual game or AAA games. You may be good at the core gameplay and the design, but full ad model makes your game flow to earn profit from the game. And let's try your best to optimize the retention in a short time, especially from day 1 to day 7 in hyper-casual game. Knowing that metric help you to save your time in deciding to continue with this game or not. Day 30 or day 60 is too long for a hyper-casual product. Also, in monetization, you cannot ignore impression per daily active user or the CPM. Another effective way that may ensure the success of the game is that you cooperate with some big publishers to learn how to optimize your product. Like in AdOne, we can provide your deep insights and add a lot of interesting ideas to make your game success in the market. And we also can help you to feedback the strengths and weakness of the game, test it out within only 24 hours to know whether it is potential or not. And the last thing I want to mention is the feeling, which dominates your decisions sometimes, but don't let it dominate all of your decisions in choosing the games. In discussing and planning for the UA and monetization strategy, as well as an exact scale-up plan with games industry. Each game choice needs you to draw and compare the pros and cons very carefully. And I mentioned a lot of previous contents. You need a plan based on a lot of questions and research that analyze, evaluate, and make data-driven decisions for the development of the games and your team as well. As the core member of the game development team, don't let your emotion to go too high, but stick closely with the team resource. A practical thinking and ensure a stable roadmap for the development of the team. So here are the first five most frequent challenges that a game development startup usually face up with, and our suggestions for all of them. I really hope that some indie developer teams who intend to build your own team may find this information helpful and you can avoid making mistakes. I can sum up my startup time with a simple diagram of the roadmap to build a gaming studio. This is what experience and what I'm doing at the moment. There will be three main phases that a game gaming team may go through. You have the formation or the blueprints stage. At this time, there are main 5 factors you should consider about. Firstly, for the team, the core of a gaming team should include at least 3 members first: a developer, an artist, and a level designer. Also, if you have a business guy, is perfect for your team who can help you to do business to your team, while 3 core guys have the time to focus on the products. You may also prepare the state of your mind. Making games is quite different from some other industry. Don't wish for quick success or big profit in a short time, because a game needs much time. From the ideas to optimize and bring to the market and earn some profit, there will be a lot of failures, a lot of mistakes. Let's stay in this state of mind to avoid depression if you meet any mistakes. The financial resource for a game team should be prepared for at least 1 first year. When you haven't got enough profit to pay for your business operation, call for some angel investors like your parents, your friends, or even pitch your game and make some plans to call for venture capital. Another interesting source to build up financial plan for your team that many publishers in the market recently are willing to pay monthly for a team. So let's grab this trend and your team will be safer and sound to focus on making games. And next to the factor, another factor is the knowledge. Knowledge can be absent from the formation time or even the whole life. I believe that let's learn about the game design, game art, game business, game operation, and keep a business mindset as much as possible. I believe that with a huge knowledge, the success of your team may come sooner or later. Partnership, as described in previous slide, is very important as well, and it should be executed before starting up your business. So grab your backpack, make appointments with big game studios, and be persistent to expand your partnership. I believe that you will receive many helpful things for your business and expand your networks. The blueprint stage is very happy. You know what? Why? Because you can see that your project is very promising when you look to the results, to the future. But when you start to the development phase, the real ups and downs happen here. There will be big difficulties coming to your team. Most teams cannot overcome this period and break down, or even they come back to the formation stage to see another promising project. But my advice is to better face up with challenge gradually. So each issue, there's always a light in the end of the tunnel when you follow some solution above. That is the time. That is the time that we can your first. For example, when your first game meets the KPIs and your team can earn some initial profits, though it is still small. The time you have more games to the top chart, and the time you spend to the new markets and get more evergreen game titles is the development and expansion phase. There will have different difficulties to come, but I believe that your team is brave enough now to overcome and continue to expand. So this is how we face up with challenge on starting up a gaming studio and the roadmap that a game studio ever experienced. This includes the focus of my discussion today. If you need any support for your game, feel free to ping me anytime by my email in the screen. Your team will receive feedback within 24 hours, and we will accompany with you in your success journey. So thank you for watching, and if you have any question, feel free to text or inbox me from LinkedIn or email. Goodbye.